Welcome back, children. Once again, this is Anso here. This time we'll be seeing the second part of Chapter 7, Animation in MS PowerPoint. Today we'll be discussing three things. They are using action buttons, rehearse a presentation, printing a presentation. Using action buttons. PowerPoint allows you to add links to a web page, email address, file, slide in the same presentation, or a slide from another presentation. It allows you to add links to a particular web page, email address of a person. You can put a slide from the same presentation or from another presentation. The links are added using hyperlinks and action buttons. In all these cases, you use the hyperlinks and action buttons. A hyperlink is a connection to a web page, email address, file, or slide. A hyperlink is a link that is used to connect to a web page or an email address or a file or a slide. An action button is used to define a hyperlink, run a program, or play a sound. An action button can be clip art, picture, text, or shape. It can be clip art, picture, text, any shape, and all these are defined with the help of action buttons. To add an action button, select the object or text to be used as button as shown in figure 7.9. You have to select the object or text. Here next is selected. Click the insert tab as shown in figure 7.10. You have to go to the insert tab. Can you see here? This is the insert tab. You have to go to the insert tab. From the links group, you have to look for the links group. Click the action icon. Action settings dialog box appears. You have to look for the action icon in the links group. Then you get this dialog box. From the action on click section, check the hyperlink to option as shown in figure 17.13. There is a hyperlink to option given in your textbook like this. You have to look for that. Click the hyperlink to drop down list. From that, when you click here, this is what you need to click. When you click on the down arrow here, you get a drop down list like this. From that, you can select whether you want to work on the next slide or the previous slide or the first slide like this. You can select whatever is listed here. Select the required option and click OK. When you found the correct option that you need, you can press OK. Rehearse a presentation. PowerPoint has a feature that allows you to rehearse or practice presenting the presentation as well as time it. This feature in PowerPoint helps you to practice the presentation before actually doing it and also time it according to the time limit provided for you. It helps you to time your presentation so that it does not lag so much, and it gives you a clear idea of how to present in front of the people. To rehearse your presentation, how do you rehearse? On the slideshow tab from the setup group, click the rehearse timings icon. This option begins a slideshow with a recording dialog box. The dialog box records the time taken to complete presenting the presentation. When the presentation is complete, a message confirmation box appears. When you use this feature, that is in the slideshow tab, it helps you to rehearse the timings of your presentation. Once you click on this option and the slideshow begins, the recording dialog box will appear. It will start recording the time required for you to finish the presentation. At the end of it, a message confirmation box also appears. This is the slideshow tab. In the slideshow tab, this is the rehearse timing option. This is a bigger picture of the rehearse timings. Can you see that the recording dialog box is here? It starts recording the time required for each slide, and when you finish your presentation, the message confirmation box like this comes. This message tells you how long the presentation lasted. It will ask you if you want to use the timings to automatically set the transition for each slide. Once the message confirmation box comes, it will ask you if you want to use the timings to automatically set the transition for each slide. Printing a presentation. Sometimes a presenter might need a printed copy of the presentation slides, notes pages, or the outline. PowerPoint allows you to print them. In some cases, the person finds it very difficult to go through these things on the screen. So what they do is they print it and go through it one by one manually. In those cases, they need to take a copy of the presentation. To print a presentation, click the File tab as shown in the figure. You have to look for the File tab as shown here. On the left pane, click the Print option as shown in the picture. You have to look for the Print option. Can you see the Print option here? In the File tab, you have the Print option. The print window appears as shown in figure 7.21. Can you see the printing window? It differs from system to system, but the printing window appears. From the settings group, click the full page slides drop down list. You have to find the full page slides drop down list from the settings group. Select the required print layout and handouts. You have to find a layout that suits you and then click print. When you got what you need, you just have to click the print button. With this, we come to the end of this presentation and the end of this chapter. Thank you.